sometimes those traumas are the driver for your success. And then when you reach that level of success, um, you realize you're still not whole,
Yeah.
right? And so then you have to step back and say, okay, then what is it? And then that's when you start to realize that those traumas are affecting, they're driving you to be successful in the world, but they're undermining you emotionally and perhaps in your personal relationships. So, do you feel that that is an important element to rising, to really kind of step back and recognize, because sometimes you don't know what the clues are. So how do you know that maybe you're very successful and you're operating, at your full potential on a certain level, but how do you know that your trauma is getting in the way?
Yeah. A lot of times it's because we're hiding. A
Yeah.
lot of people hide under this facade and they have what's called an identity gap.
Yes.
It's this perception, it's how we perceive ourselves in the world and who we are behind the scenes. And I'm
Mhm.
going to tell you, Evelyn, when I knew that there was a problem was when I was asked, and this was the turning point for me, when I was asked to talk about on the United Way campaign for a company that I was working at, the general counsel asked me what was my story.
Mhm.
And when he asked me my story, I was wondering, well, what do you want to know?
Right.
Kind of defensive, not really wanting to share a little bit of myself, just to talk about myself because I was spent so much time hiding it.
Right.
And that's a real big clue is we're not willing to be transparent. There's shame and a lot of shame that a lot of us have and guilt that we've built up, and those are not also clues that we're not really willing to share our story. And a lot of us have been taught, well, what happens in our home stays in our home.
Right.
And
Right.
while you're right about that, Evelyn, while those traumas that drove me, but it still also crippled me when I
Mhm.
was trying to really be Diana.